In 1997, the ocean made a sound. It was louder than anything ever recorded underwater, and whatever made it was bigger than a city. The Earth is mostly ocean. We know more about the surface of Mars than we do about our own seafloor. In the 1990s, the US Navy decided to change that, or at least listen in. They installed a network of underwater microphones, called hydrophones, across the globe. Their official purpose was simple: listen for enemy submarines, track nuclear threats, and keep an eye on our geopolitical rivals. But what they heard instead should not exist. In the summer of '97, multiple hydrophones, separated by thousands of kilometers, picked up something strange. It was a sound. But not just any sound. It was extremely loud and at an extremely low frequency. So powerful, it was detected by sensors over 5,000 kilometers apart. To put that in perspective, that's like someone shouting in New York and being heard clearly in Los Angeles. But the most unsettling part wasn't its volume. It was its profile. The sound didn't sound mechanical, like a submarine engine. It didn't sound geological, like an underwater earthquake. It sounded organic. It sounded alive. Baffled scientists gave it a name, the Bloop. And here's the problem. To produce a sound that loud, that could travel that far underwater, the source would have to be enormous. Scientists calculated its size, and the numbers were staggering. It would have to be significantly larger than a blue whale, the biggest animal known to have ever existed. The frequency didn't match any known geological event, and it definitely didn't match any man-made machine. The sound signature had the characteristics of a living creature. So, where did it come from? The hydrophones triangulated the origin to a remote point in the South Pacific Ocean, a desolate, lonely spot far from any shipping lanes or human activity. It was closer to Antarctica than any major continent, a region known for its deep, crushing trenches and extreme pressure, a place we have barely begun to explore. Now, years later, the official explanation came out. Scientists from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, suggested it was probably just ice. Specifically, an ice quake. The sound of a massive ice sheet cracking and breaking away from an Antarctic glacier. And that sounds reasonable, right? Ice is huge. It can make loud noises, case closed, except the sound didn't behave like a stationary ice event. The recording showed that the sound source was moving. The signature changed over the course of the recording, consistent with something traveling through the water. Icebergs drift, yes, but they don't move in a way that creates this specific acoustic pattern. And to make things even stranger, the bloop wasn't a one-off anomaly. Other powerful, unexplained sounds have been recorded since, like Julia and the Slow Down, but none have ever matched the sheer power of the bloop. Then, after that summer of 1997, there was nothing, no repeat of that specific colossal sound. No echo, just silence from that region. And that, in itself, is unsettling, because the ocean doesn't just go quiet. It waits. The theories began to swirl. Some still hold to the icequake theory, chalking it up to a rare one-in-a-billion natural event. Others remain convinced it was biological. A previously unknown colossal life form lurking in the abyss. Something that surfaced once, made its presence known, and then had no reason to ever do so again. But there's a darker theory too. One that suggests we heard something we were never meant to hear. A sound from a world far below ours. And in listening, we made it aware that we were here, and it noticed. And here is the final, chilling detail. The US Navy never released the full, raw audio of the bloop. What the public has heard is a short, filtered clip, sped up 16 times its original speed. We don't know what was removed. We don't know why it was edited. And most importantly, we have no idea what else they've heard on their secret network of hydrophones since. Because if the loudest sound ever recorded underwater truly came from a living thing, then our oceans aren't empty. They're just very, very good at hiding their secrets. In 1997, it felt like the planet spoke from a depth we can't comprehend. We gave the sound a name, we tried to explain it away with neat theories. But explanations don't erase the unease because the ocean didn't stop being deep. It didn't stop being dark, and whatever made the bloop may still be down there. Some mysteries aren't ancient history. They're still breathing right below us. Thanks for watching.